Thank you for joining us now. This is Business Now. I am Frank Omalape. Nigeria's borrowing from the World Bank has reached $14.34 billion as of March 2023, which is an increase from the $13.93 billion debt recorded by the Debt Management Office as of December 31, 2022. This means that fresh disbursement on approved loans added $410 million to Nigeria's debt from the World Bank in the first quarter of 2020. National Bank for Reconstruction and Development lends to governments of middle income and credit-worthy low-income countries, while the International Development Association provides concessionary loans called credits and grants to government of the poorest countries. The data obtained from the Washington-based bank show that Nigeria had a debt of $488.66 million from iBrD and $13.85 billion from IDA as of March this year. The Debt Management Office had in a statement noted that borrowing from the World Bank's IDA was a positive development for Nigeria in the sense that such loans are concessional, meaning they attract low charges and are for very long tenors, in some cases exceeding 30 years. And away from there now, the Dangote refinery, established by Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote, is scheduled to be inaugurated on May 22. According to presidential aide Bashir Ahmed in a tweet on his handle, the inauguration will be done by President Muhammadu Buhari. Ahmad said efforts by the federal government to make Nigeria self-sufficient in local refining of crude oil to save the scarce foreign exchange used and the importation of petroleum products have received a boost as the 650,000 barrels per day Dangote refinery is set for inauguration on May 22, 2023 by President Muhammadu Buhari. The Dangote refinery complex, which is located in the Lekki Free Zone area of Lagos State, is the biggest in Africa and also the biggest single train refinery in the world. A single train refinery uses an integrated distillation unit or one crude distillation unit to refine crude oil into various petroleum products, as against the use of multiple distillation units by most big refineries. Dangote announced in late 2013 that his conglomerate has signed an initial $3.3 billion loan deal with local and foreign banks to fund the construction of a new oil refinery in Nigeria. And now, as reactions continue to trail the recent move by the federal government to implement the new fiscal policy measures for 2023, economists are calling for an immediate reversal of the policy, as it will significantly hurt the economy and heighten the industrialization worries in the Nigerian economy. Speaking on Monday on iBrandTV flagship business program, research analyst Achapiohid and Nabila Mohammed noted that some of the measures could aggravate inflationary pressures, which are detrimental to economic growth and manufacturing, construction and transportation sectors. On his part, finance and investment advisor Benga Ogunrimara urged the federal government to rework its revenue generation strategy, as the country's rising debt profile will continue to hamper economic growth forecast.
I feel that the introduction of this policy is sort of a mixed bag, and the reason I say this is because it is more or less like a form of revenue generation for the government, but then it is not, improving the economic activities and, supporting local manufacturers to really do businesses. The impact we would later on see, should this become fully implemented, as we know, the FPM 2023 has policies that would have already taken effect on the 1st of May, and of course the transportation leg of it, with the ban, with the increase of 2% taxes on 2,000 cc vehicles that would start on June 1st. Even though we see that it is a source of revenue generation for the government, it is not, helping the local producers and manufacturers. We would likely see demand, reduce because of, high cost of operation for businesses.
Away from there now, the governors of Kaduna and Anambra State, Nasir El-Rufai and Professor Charles Soludo, will be among the panelists who will discuss new pathways for creating a robust and resilient economic future for Nigeria at an event scheduled to hold Tuesday. This was disclosed in a statement issued on Sunday by one of the organizers, Nigerian think tank Agora Policy. The governors will serve as panelists at a policy conversation in Abuja, which is jointly organized by the Africa program of the US-based Carnegie Endowment for International Peace and the Abuja-based Agora Policy, with the theme, How Nigeria Can Build a Post-Oil Economic Future. Other panelists at the event include former Chief Executive Officer of Access Bank, Aiboji Aikimokwede, World Bank's Country Director for Nigeria, Dr. Shuban Chaudhry, and Director of Carnegie Africa Program, Zainab Osman. The event will also feature the presentation and an exposition on the policy implications of Dr. Usman's book titled Economic Diversification in Nigeria, the Politics of Building a Post-Oil Economy, building on Usman's PhD thesis at the University of Oxford. The book used data theoretical frameworks to challenge received wisdom about Nigeria's economic trajectory. And away from then, now, the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center has queried the $800 million World Bank loan taken by the federal government as a palliative to cushion the effect of the proposed fuel subsidy removal scheduled for June 2023. The group's executive director, Awal Musa Rafsanjani, in a statement on Sunday, lamented what he described as a nonchalant attitude of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration towards the country's crippling debt crisis. According to him, borrowing to fund post-fuel subsidy removal palliatives is strange, noting that if the fuel subsidy removal process has been suspended, as announced by the Minister of Finance and after the National Economic Council meeting at the end of April, then the government should return the borrowed money. Mr. Rafsanjani said the news of the borrowed $800 million from the World Bank sent waves of worry on the minds of Nigerians, as Nigeria's revenue collection in 2022 stood at 10 trillion naira with a debt of about 77 trillion naira. According to him, in 2022, Nigeria paid about 7 trillion naira in fuel subsidy, and in 2023, from January to June, when the country intends to stop paying the subsidy, it is 3.6 trillion naira. He said, therefore, if the country was paying such a whopping amount of money for subsidy, when subsidy is removed, it should have enough savings, and instead of taking additional loans, it can use the subsidy funds for post-fuel subsidy removal. Musa Rafsanjani said, rather than borrow money from the World Bank, what the government needed to do was to cut waste while querying spending by the Ministries of Aviation and Communication and Digital Economy. And now, the Director General of the National Identity Management Commission, Aliyu Abubakar, has said in order to advance digital infrastructure and promote financial inclusion, a robust and secure e-identity system is important. He spoke at an event tagged CIO Club Africa Summit, Digital Economy and Nexus between e-identity, connectivity and financial inclusion, which was held in Lagos. The Director General was represented by the Commission's Assistant General Manager Database, Femi Fabomi, said it was working to provide the nation with a unique and secure national identity system. Abubakar said the importance of connectivity in this age cannot be overemphasized, adding that the digital economy relies on high-speed internet asset and reliable connectivity to function effectively.